It is high time that you let Allie go. You are way too old for him, you hag. Besides, I'm the only woman in the world who Allie really loves, so just do us all a favor and divorce him. Excuse me? I said that I want you to divorce him. Then I want you to pack up your things and move far, far away. From now on, the two of us are going to be living in this amazing condo all by ourselves. And we certainly don't need an old hag like you hanging around and bringing us down. I'm sorry, but I literally have no idea who you are at all. Are you sure that you aren't sending all of these to the wrong person? Are you kidding me? What is that supposed to mean? Well, it means that I think you're sending these messages to the wrong number, so can you please double check that they're going to the right person? I mean, I don't know who you are, and I don't know anyone named Allie. But I don't think that anyone should be sleeping around with married men, if you want my opinion. Just who do you think you are to talk down to me like that? And I'll have you know that this is the correct number. You are Alexander's wife, Fiona, aren't you? I mean, I know that you are, so I don't get why you're trying to talk down to me. I knew that this was your number, and that's why I'm messaging you. So you listen to me when I say that it's time for you to leave your husband. I mean it. I'm the only person who should be with Allie. Wait a second, are you telling me that Allie and Alexander, as in my husband, are the same person? Did you really message me out of the blue like this just to tell me that you're having an affair with my husband? Now you finally get it. I'm glad that you and I are finally on the same page about this. But I don't understand. I know that Alexander isn't cheating on me. Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't say that he's cheating on you so much as that he's found his true love. I have his heart now, not you. I'm not just some casual fling for him or something like that. We're serious. And that's why you think that he and I need to get divorced? You sure are arrogant for someone who's sleeping with another woman's husband. I mean, do you realize that at the end of the day, you are talking to the wife of the man you want to marry, right? In fact, I don't think I've ever heard of someone telling on themselves quite as badly as you are here. Do you really think that you both are going to get away with this? Oh no, I'm so scared about what you might do to us. What can you really do, though? Sue us for the affair? Because if that's what you were planning on doing, we're already prepared to have to deal with that. Wait a second, you mean you're saying this even though you realize you could be sued? You know, I may only be 22 years old, but I have my own personal savings, so just hurry up and leave Allie already. After all, you should know that he's just obsessed with me and doesn't love you anymore, so if it's his money you want, then just hurry up and divorce him and you'll get it. Hey, Alex, are you there? I was just curious if you know a woman named Tammy.
Do I know a woman named Tammy? Why do you ask?
Well, because I just got some messages from this Tammy, and she said that she knew you. In fact, she told me that you two were having an affair and that you really love her. And then she told me that I should divorce you so that she could marry you. Then she went on to say a bunch of things about how you don't love me and all that.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Someone really said that to you?
I'm going to ask you one more time, Alex. Do you know this person or what they're talking about? And if you say you don't, then I want you to know that I'm going to have a look through your study.
Whoa. Oh, you don't have to go and do something like that. I thought I told you that my study was off limits. I know that we're married, but a husband should still deserve to have his own private space.
I understand where you're coming from, but I think that in light of the circumstance, I am still going to do it. After all, the one place I'm not supposed to go would be the best place to hide the proof of your affair from me, don't you think?
Okay, I'll come clean. Yes, I slept around with this Tammy girl. There. Is that what you wanted to hear? I confirmed all your fears about me cheating on you. What do you want to do about it now?
Alex, why are you talking to me like this? I thought that you were done cheating on me. Were you just never going to tell me until I found out about it for myself? You said this wouldn't happen again. And that was only after I caught you in your last affair 6 months ago.
Well, I'm sorry, but you know that I'm just a bit of a chick magnet. It is not my fault that after you told me to stop cheating on you that I met the woman of my dreams.
Woman of your dreams? I am your wife. What does that make me then? Actually, don't answer that. I want a divorce and that's that. If you're still not ready to settle down and get serious, then I don't see why we should stay married to each other.
Are you kidding me? I don't want to divorce you. Why would you say that? I told you the last time that no matter what, I won't divorce you.
Why not? Why stay with me at this point?
Because of my mom. Just think of the shock that it would give her to hear that her son got divorced. You know how highly my parents think of me. You wouldn't want to crush their hopes like that, would you? I mean, I started my own company. I'm a big success. I just don't know what hearing that we're getting divorced because I cheat on you would do to them. I could just see my mom fainting right on the spot.
If you really care about your mom that much, then why would you go and do things that would cause her to do that? In fact, I think that if anything, your mom would probably just let you get away with this. But I can't believe that I let myself be fooled into staying with a cheater like you.
Oh, come on. You know that isn't my fault. I'm a man. What else am I supposed to do when a cute young lady starts flirting with me? I just can't help myself when they are practically serving themselves up on a platter for me.
I can't believe that you are actually talking about women in this way.
Well, look, if you want to try and divorce me, then do your best. But the fact is that we've been together since I started my company. We've been through so much, so many hard and difficult times when I was still getting it off the ground. The only reason I slept around was because I needed a way to blow off steam. And think of the risk that I was taking with my own reputation doing something like that.
You always do this, Alex. You always justify away whatever you do that hurts me.
I don't justify it. It was justified. Do you have any idea the stress that being a company president with hundreds of workers comes with? Do you know how much pressure you feel when you have that many people counting on you to lead and provide for them? Do you have any idea how much the success of my company is riding in my image as a family man who knows how to work hard?
So you're saying that your whole company is built on a lie? Sure, you might work hard, but you cheat on your wife and always need your mom to be there for you. I mean, your mom still actually writes your name on all the pairs of underwear that you have.
And just what business of that is yours, huh? So what if I still really love my mom? I think that's a good thing.
And then you made me do the laundry and wash that underwear, which you probably cheated on me in.
Okay, fine then. If that's what you're upset about, I'll take my clothes to my mom to wash them. Will that make you happy?
Did you seriously just ask me that?
Look, Fiona, I'll break up with Tammy, okay? I don't think there's anything more to say about it. I'll buy you some nice jewelry as a way of saying sorry, okay? Then you're going to forgive me for what I've done, and that will be that.
Hey, how come you and Allie haven't gotten a divorce yet? Just how long are you going to keep me waiting, huh? Wait, what? I thought that Alex broke up with you. What in the world are you talking about? There's no way he would ever do that. He just told me that we'd have to spend some time apart because you found out about us. But he told me that he still loves me and I still love him. I don't believe this. So he just lied to me about all of that? The only one who needs to break up with him is you so that Allie and I can finally be together. I'm the only woman that he loves. And the proof that he loves me is in his baby that I'm carrying inside of me now. So just get lost already. Hold on a second. Are you telling me that you're pregnant with Alex's baby? Of course I am. And now maybe you finally understand just how serious I am about this. Maybe now you'll finally understand that he doesn't love you. In fact, our anniversary is next month, and that's when I was going to make the announcement to my friends and family about the baby. Well, I guess this must mean that Alex doesn't know either. Of course, but you must understand how great of a thing it is to have a baby of a man you love, right? Oh, wait, oops, you don't have any kids from Alex. Oh, I guess you don't know what it's like. I actually can't believe you two still have no kids after all this time. Though I suppose it's just more proof that he doesn't love you. Actually, if you must know, we both agreed not to have kids yet since we're concentrating on our salaries. It has nothing to do with love or anything like that at all. But you two still haven't had a kid yet, isn't that right? Doesn't that prove that I'm the woman he loves the most? How does that even work? I just know this little baby wants to come out and meet his father, so why don't you realize that you're not wanted and leave us all alone already? Why can't you just let the three of us live together in peace? I have a lot of things that I want to say to you, but I don't think it's fair for you to involve this baby. It's done nothing wrong at all. Of course it hasn't. That's why you should just disappear before it's born. We'll pay you $50,000 for our affair for you to just go already. You mean you two are really prepared to pay me $50,000 over this? If that's what it'll take to get rid of you, that's what I'm prepared to spend. I've already sold all the nice gifts that Alexander bought me. So you're really going to bankrupt yourself for this guy? Are you sure about this? Of course I'm sure about this. After all, Allie is the super rich president of a company. I'll be living in the lap of luxury once you're gone and we're married. He's even going to move us into a really, really fancy condo once we're together. So in the grand scheme, $50,000 is really nothing. Wow, is he really promising all of that to you? Why wouldn't he promise all that and more to the woman of his dreams? Do you finally get it? That you're not wanted? That you lost to me? So why don't you just take this money and finally leave, Allie? Then we can finally be married and be a happy family. You really think you're going to be happily married to a man without a job? What do you mean by that? I mean that as of today, I imagine that Alexander is no longer the president of his company. Tomorrow, he'll probably be officially fired, but I imagine he's already lost the job. So if you want a man like that, be my guest. Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean? He's not the company president anymore. Oh, don't worry. You just wait for me to divorce him. Now that he's lost his job, his mom should be pressuring him into signing those divorce papers. I still don't understand what you're talking about. What is going on here? How could Alexander have lost his job? You do know that he was elected to that position by the board of directors, right? And you do know that they gather at regular meetings to discuss how to run the company, right? Well, the rest of the board probably voted to oust Alexander, and now he's out of a job. But that can't be right. Actually, Alexander's mom is one of the largest stockholders, and I'm sure she did a lot to sway people's minds. So anyways, congrats on stealing my no-good unemployed husband from me. No, this can't be happening. I refuse to accept this. It can't be right. Why did all of this have to happen to Allie now? Don't tell me that he's being fired just for having an affair with me. That can't be right. How could someone be fired for something they did outside of work? That's got to be illegal. Nothing was done illegally. The board of directors, including his mom, all voted on it as per the charter of the company. He's been company president for over 6 months. After that, the board is allowed to call a vote on letting him keep that position. The company charter has no rules about how the board must vote or what they should base it on. I don't believe this. And of course, these days companies are so much more strict about compliance with standards and all. Besides, no company wants their president to be known as a cheater. Just think of all the bad PR that would make for them. I know that Alexander looks good on the surface, but he's a mess just beneath. And once the board found out about his affair that he was carrying on behind my back, well, I think they were all quite shocked to find out the truth. But, don't they understand? He was only doing it because he found the person he truly loved. I'm not just some fling. I'm the woman of his dreams. What we have between us is pure love, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I am literally pregnant with his child right now. Do you want to try giving all of those excuses to my parents? Or maybe you should tell that to his mom and she would change her vote. What do you mean? Why should I talk to your parents? Well, you just might be interested in talking to them since they are the other 2 largest shareholders in the company after Alex's mom. Not only that, but the 3 of them represent the majority of the shares in the company. Wait a second. So you're telling me that Allie's largest investors are his mom, followed by your parents? This doesn't make any sense at all. I told you that Alexander only really seemed like a catch on the surface. And as much as he likes to talk about how successful he is now, it wasn't always like that. In fact, to get his startup capital, he had to go to his mom and my parents for the money that he needed. So that's why all of your parents are the majority shareholders in his company? I don't even know what to say to that. Well, there's not much to say anyways. It's just the truth, and that's that. And his mom ended up with another big chunk of shares because Alexander's just a little mama's boy. What do you mean by that? What do you mean he's a mama's boy? I've never noticed that about him. Well, you've been talking about how you're the woman that Alex loves most in the world, but you completely forgot about his mom. In fact, when we've gone to visit his parents, I know that Alex will get in the bath with his mom. She even writes his name on his underwear. Wait, what? Are you serious? What the heck? That's so weird. And that's the man that you want to marry, the father of your children. Isn't that great? I'm sure you all will make such a lovely family.
Hey, what the heck is your deal? How could you do this to me? How could you tell my mom that I cheated on you? Not only that, but you even had to run and tattle to your own parents as well? Did you know that they all voted me out of being company president?
And just when did I say that I wasn't going to tell anyone about your repeated cheating on me, huh? Why in the world shouldn't I have gone to tell our parents all about what you did?
Do you have any idea what you've done?
If you think that you're upset, just think about how upset I was when I got a message from Tammy telling me you two hadn't broken up.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that you told her you two just needed to lay low for a little bit since I found out about you both. Did you really think that I was just going to let that pass without acting at all?
But, why is this time different? You never cared at all the other times that you found out that I was cheating on you.
I never forgave you for what you did to me, but what I did was trust that you wouldn't do it again, and that was my mistake. I just assumed that you'd be able to figure out the consequences of doing what you were doing in your position as company president. After all, I assumed that you hadn't forgotten about the fact that it was our parents who set up your company to begin with. But after realizing there was no point in trusting you anymore, I realized I was finally free to speak the truth.
But you spoke the truth and it got me fired. Now my mom is trying to force me to sign our divorce papers.
Good. Hurry up and do that. Then go and find a job so that you can take care of your child that's on the way.
Child? What child? What are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? You mean to tell me that Tammy still hasn't told you the big news yet? Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but Tammy is pregnant, and she tells me that you're the father.
No, this can't be happening. How did it all come to this? What's going on?
Oh, don't worry. I was also quite shocked when I heard the news as well. But anyways, wish all three of you the best in your lives. As for me, well, I'll just wait for you to sign those divorce papers, sue you for the affair, and finally be rid of both you and Tammy.
Wait, no, please. You can't do this to me. Not after all we've been through. I know that I screwed up by not breaking up with Tammy when I said that I would. I really will this time.
You mean you'd abandon your own child to be raised by Tammy alone?
No, please. You have to forgive me. I know that we can find a way out of this.
You just don't get it, do you? There is no we anymore, Alexander. There is only you. And whether or not you want to go and be with Tammy and your child or not is up to you. But no matter what you choose, just leave me out of it, okay?
Fiona, please. We can still work this out. Come back, please. I'm begging you. Fiona? Hello? Are you even reading this anymore?
After that, I followed through with my word and sued both Alex and Tammy for the affair they were having behind my back before Tammy exposed it all to me. In the end, I got a total of $40,000 from them both. Alexander, now unemployed, ran to his mom to try and ask her for help paying such a huge amount, but his mother was so disappointed in him that she said she never wanted to see him again. I heard that Alex nearly fainted on the spot right there. Instead, Alex made Tammy pay the full amount, promising that he'd stay with her and help raise the baby. He quickly found a job at a nearby grocery store and has been working hard to provide for them both. I have no idea what either of them are up to now, though. I blocked both their numbers, and I imagine that they've both been too busy to even have the time to think about me with a new baby. But that works out just fine for me. I just hope that Tammy never has to go through what I went through with Alex, especially considering that the two of them have a child now. But that's none of my business.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Oh, Rita, are you there? I have a little something that I'd like to talk to you about. I was just wondering what you thought you were doing when you came over to our house and didn't even bring us any gifts. You're my brother's wife, and you didn't even think to bring us sweets when you visited our house where we live with our parents?
Oh, hello, Carrie. I'm sorry if there was any kind of mix-up. I didn't bring you any food from the places I'd visited now. But I did make some handmade treats that I brought, and which your mom seemed to like. That's why I made even more of them and brought them over.
Excuse me? Are you seriously trying to pass those cheap little cookies off as anything special? I threw them all away without even tasting one.
Wait, what? You threw all of those cookies away?
That's right. We don't eat pathetic little things like that. We're way above that. You do know that both my parents run their own companies, right? We're kind of a big deal in these parts, got it? My parents made sure to only give me the highest quality food ever since I was little.
I don't think there is anything wrong with enjoying fancier snacks or anything like that, but I cooked those cookies for you myself and you just threw them all in the garbage.
Well, duh. Where else are you supposed to dump your trash but in a trash can?
How could you say something like that? What's the matter with you?
This is the problem with my brother marrying some country nobody like you. You really don't know how the real world works at all, do you? Next time you show up to my parents' house, you better bring up some real high quality stuff, and you better leave the price tag on so I can check. If you don't, I don't care what it was that you brought. It's going straight in the trash.
Hey, Dean, are you there? We seriously need to talk about those cookies I baked. I'm afraid that I should have just listened to you telling me that it was a bad idea to do that for your family. Even your sister said they were too beneath her and threw them all away.
Well, I tried to warn you. I told you not to bother doing something handmade for the family, and that they would have preferred to get something fancy that you bought. Of course, my mom was the only one who had anything nice to say about your cookies, but it was only because she was being polite. The next time you show up to my parents' place, just use your head a bit more and buy something nice for them.
But I don't have the kind of money to drop on the kind of snacks that would be fancy enough for your family. Besides, I worked really hard on those cookies and it was a really complex recipe.
What do you mean you don't have any money to spend on a real gift for my family?
I already told you that we are barely within our budget as things stand right now. I think you really need to go and figure out what you're going to do about your business.
Oh, trust me, I know what I'm doing with it, okay? But I can't move forward with anything until I've completely rebuilt it from the ground up. I don't think you really have any clue how hard I'm working to try and save that business right now. I'm working from sunup to sundown, and you still have the gall to say that I'm not doing enough.
I'm sorry, Dean. That really wasn't what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to put any blame on you. It's just that, well, I think you've been going out a lot recently, right? I just mean that since you have seemed to have so much free time to be doing that, I guessed I assumed you'd already done what you needed to do. And if you have all that money to be going out all the time, I would really appreciate it if you could give me some more money to spend on things for the house. Because right now, I'm the only one who is putting their own money into those kinds of things, and that's why things are so tight right now.
This just proves that you really have no clue at all what you're talking about. I'm not going out drinking so I can party and have fun. Those are important business dinners. And it takes time to do what I'm trying to do. So I'm sorry. You think things are tough for you. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
But, Dean, I just said that I've already been putting so much of my own money into our expenses already. I'm not trying to pin the blame on anyone. I am just saying that I'm working with a very tight budget right now. And on top of that, I'm still sending money to your family every month as well.
Excuse me? Just what is that supposed to mean?
I'm talking about $1,500 I send to your family every month. And from what I understand, they're not a place where I can just stop sending that money. So that's another reason why things are so tight around the house. And that's why I don't understand why I am expected to bring such expensive treats to your family when I'm already doing that for them.
Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? You can't stop sending the money. Then they'll all know that we're facing some kind of financial troubles.
But don't you think that it would be better if they did know? I mean, it's a lot of money for us to send to them. But for your family, it's gotta mean almost nothing, right? Besides, the whole reason you started sending them money in the first place was just so that you could try and show off your wealth, right?
What did you just say to me?
Well, tell me, Dean, am I wrong about that? It was fine when your business was doing okay, but now that we've fallen on hard times, we have to think about how we spend our money. And I just don't think that it's realistic to want to keep sending money the way we are.
But my parents raised me, and this is my way of paying them back for all of their hard work. Not to mention the fact that I was only able to start my business because my parents gave me the capital I needed to get it off the ground. That's the real reason why I'm sending them the money. It's don't go labeling my actions when you don't even understand the deeper meaning behind them.
And again, Dean, I think it's really great that you want to do that. Admirable even. But the fact of the matter is that we can't afford to keep paying that, and meanwhile, your family can afford not to get that money. Not to mention the fact that I'm the one earning all the money that is being sent to them. I don't think you should feel any shame in telling them that you have to stop for a while until you get your business back on track.
I've had just about enough out of you. Do you have any idea the kind of shame that would bring to me? Not only would I stop giving my family money, but they would know that my business is in trouble. But everyone would stop respecting me and I'd have nothing.
I really feel like you're blowing this all out of proportion.
Well, either way, we can't stop sending the money, because my parents say they're using it to help send Carrie to college. She wants to go study abroad and do internships, and she needs money for all of these things. So we can't just stop. It's not like she's just squirreling it all away either. She's using that money.
Dean, I'm really happy that your parents are using our money to support your sister, but I think my point still stands. Maybe at the very least, we could just reduce the amount of money that we're sending to her. It might be a good chance for Carrie to start working and earning her own money.
She doesn't have time to find a job. She needs to be studying, and only that. How dare you even suggest trying to make my poor little sister work while she's a student? You just need to learn to shut up about things you don't know about, and let me handle this. Just keep focusing on earning money until I fix up my business and make everything right again.
Hey, Carrie. I was wondering if I could talk to you for a moment. I was just curious about what the meaning of this letter from you is. I opened it and there were divorce papers inside. Oh, you mean it finally arrived? Well, since you know what they are already, I don't need to bother explaining. Just go ahead and sign them for me, okay? Then send them back there and Dean and I will take them to the courthouse to have them processed. After that, you can pack them and leave. Wait, what is all this? What are you talking about? Do you need me to spell this out for you or something? You are not good enough to be my brother's wife. So I am going to be needing you to be divorced, and so I could get rid of you. You can't be serious about this, Carrie. Of course I am. I never liked you from the very first day that I met you. A lowly country girl like you has no right getting with anyone from our prestigious family. And I realized that I had to do something the last time you brought over those horrible cookies. I knew that if that was going to be your way to show your respect to my family, then you truly have no place here. And so that's why you sent me divorce papers? That's right. I'm tired of you holding my brother back all the time and burdening him with your problems. My brother is brilliant and could do whatever he wants. That's why he runs his business so well. In fact, that's another reason why I knew I had to get rid of you. Dean's business should be doing amazingly, and yet for some reason, it doesn't seem to be growing at the rate that it should, which means that someone has to be holding back its developmental potential, and that person can only be you. Are you kidding me with this right now? Well, obviously, how well a couple is doing ripples out and affects other parts of their lives. Which means that if Dean had a better wife, then his company would be doing better too. The only factor holding back Dean's potential is you. That's why you are going to divorce my brother, leave our family, and never come back. Do you really even think Dean would miss you if you were gone? I've already found a great replacement for you. You found your brother a new woman who you think he should marry? I don't understand how you could go and do this to me. Well, the last time he came over to visit, I introduced Dean to a good friend of mine who I thought would be the perfect match for him. She's young and pretty and smart, everything that you're not. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I ever do to you? I wasn't finished. The thing is that the two of them are already dating now. I've heard all about it from my friend. Apparently, Dean works quite quickly when the right person comes around. Wait, no, that can't be right. You mean not only did you try to introduce your brother to someone new, but now the two of them are dating? So you're finally starting to piece it together now, huh?
But that's right, my brother is sick and tired of dealing with a no-good wife like you. That's why you need to hurry up and end this sham of a marriage. You need to set my brother free so that he can finally be the person he always meant to be. You need to free Dean from you, Rita. Well then, I guess that means I won't have to be sending you any more money then. What are you talking about? I mean that I've been sending your parents $1,500 every month. Not Dean, just me. And I've heard that your parents have been putting that money towards helping you stay in college and be able to focus on your studies. But since I'm breaking up with my husband, I guess you'll have to learn to take care of yourself. Wait just a minute there. I seriously have no idea what you're talking about. I know that I get money every month, but all that comes from my brother. He sends my parents that money every month so that he can repay them for all the hard work they did raising him. Where do you get off trying to take credit for that? I get off taking credit for the money because your brother's company is actually deep in the red and in serious trouble. Wait, what do you mean his company is in trouble? I don't understand. I'm afraid that your brother isn't the business savant that you think he is. In fact, I don't think you know anything about the real reason why his business hasn't been growing the way you think it should have been. But I'm afraid it's not just stagnating. It's already on the verge of bankruptcy, with very little sales and huge overhead. That's why I've been the one sending your parents money from my own earnings. No, you're lying to me. That can't be true. There's no way that my brother's company is about to declare bankruptcy. And Dean has money. He's taking my friend out on expensive dates and everything. Is he really spending all that much money on her? That's right. Ever since they started seeing each other, she tells me all about how Dean has been taking her out to the most expensive restaurants in town. Plus, he's buying her gifts like purses and clothes and even jewelry. How can you say that he doesn't even have money? He's even buying her expensive gifts like that? Just how much money has he been hiding from me? He's been telling me that I have to send his parents money because he never has enough to afford to. I don't believe you. There's no way that you've been sending the money this whole time. And I don't believe what you said about Dean's business either. You're just upset because you're getting divorced and that's why you're trying to scare me. Well, if you have time to make up nonsense like this, then why don't you just sign the divorce papers already?
I heard from Carrie that you signed the divorce papers. Something to the courthouse yourself. Given me so much trouble over the years, but you have to be honest. Didn't see us ending up like this.
Well, I heard quite a bit from your sister as well. Like, about how you've been running around with one of her friends behind my back. And while you've been having me send your family money every month, you have been sending her every cent you have on her. You're just horrible, Dean.
Oh, jeez. Is this what you want to talk about right now? Well, I don't care. My new woman is cute and amazing. And better than you in every way. I don't care who I date, really, as long as they're a good wife.
You seriously need to give it a rest already. You have been making me work myself to the bone to provide for your family while you've been carrying on affair. And taking this girl out expensive restaurants and buying her expensive gifts. Just where were you getting all that money from?
It's money that I made from my job and that I can spend however I like. Thank you very much.
Well, this just settles it for me. I'm glad that we're getting a divorce. I can't believe I let myself pour my hard-earned money into your family while you did this to me.
Oh, trust me, the feeling is mutual. This divorce can't happen fast enough. In fact, I think that I finally see a light at the end of the tunnel for my business, too. Once I get you out of my life, I'll be able to think much more clearly with my new wife by my side.
You're really going to pretend like it's just now that your business is turning around? Your business has been doing well for a while now, hasn't it? That's why you can afford to go out so much, and that's why you can afford to spend so much on this new girl.
I don't need to explain anything to you. We're getting divorced, remember?
That's right, we are. I just hope you can afford the lawsuit I'm about to serve you with. Not to mention the splitting up of our assets that's going to happen. You do realize that I'm going to take half of everything you own, don't you? And that's to say nothing of the legal fees you pay for your affair.
You've always been a selfish woman. Now it's just in full display.
Well, you were the one who went and cheated on your wife. And to think that even your sister was on this with you, you have no idea the stress that you have been putting on me. But I am going to hire a good lawyer and make sure you pay for what you've done.
I doubt that. You don't even have the money to hire a bad lawyer. Besides, what lawyer would want to take a case from some nobody from the countryside?
Oh, you don't need to worry about that at all, Dean. You see, I'm friends with one of the wives of your most important business partners. She knows a ton of good lawyers and told me that if I ever need help, I just need to ask her.
Wait, the wife of one of my business partners?
That's right. We bonded over being the wives of the CEOs running their own company, so we became friends quickly. Not that you've ever noticed with how little attention you paid to me, but I already have a lawyer in mind who would be willing to represent me.
But wait, if you sue me for all of this, then everyone is going to know about our divorce. If that happens, then everyone is going to know about what I did that led to it. And just who is this friend of yours, anyway, huh?
Aw, you mean you don't want everyone to know about the kind of person that you really are? Because I don't mind letting them know in the slightest.
Wait, no, let's just talk this out a little more.
Anyways, I've already sent out the divorce papers, so there's no going back now. Good luck with that new girl of yours, Dean. You really are a horrible woman, do you know that? How dare you try and take half of my brother's money in this divorce? I am well within my rights to do. Thank you very much. Besides, your brother has been enjoying more than half of my hard-earned money for a long time. Oh, please, don't get acting as if you even made all that much to begin with. The scale is totally different, but whatever. It's not like it's even a big deal for Dean. He can make all that money back in an instant. Are you really sure about that? Of course I am. I'll admit I was worried when I asked Dean if it was true that his business was in danger of bankruptcy, and he said yes. But then he explained to me that he had it fixed and everything was back on track. So now I know that Dean is going to be just fine, and soon he's going to be married to my friend, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, really? So then he is still seeing her? You may have felt like you had some power because you were sending my parents money every week, but you forget that I already come from a rich family and that losing your money means nothing to them. The fact that you could really thought that you could try to lord that over me just shows how little you really know about how things work. Both my parents are CEOs, and I have a brother who stared bankruptcy in the face and conquered it. No one is going to miss you once you're gone, Rita. I see. So basically, you're telling me that you have no idea what's really going on here. Like, about how your family is going to file for bankruptcy this year. Oh, just give it a rest already. And as for Dean, while his company may be recovering, I don't think it's quite as stable as you might think. In fact, I hear that he's been losing client after client, so it may be too early for any of this. I seriously have no clue what you're talking about at all. How do I know that you're not just making all of this up? What would I have to gain from lying about any of this to you? I've only ever told you about the truth. I did about $1,500 a month too, remember? In fact, the reason that your brother was having me pay your parents instead of him was because he knew that he couldn't afford to keep paying them that much. But when I would talk to him about it, he would even allow me to reduce the amount I was sending. But even your parents reached out and said that things were tough for them and that they couldn't yet have us stop sending that money. Did they really say that to you? Apparently, things are going so well for them financially speaking. I hear that at this point, all your parents really have going for them is their savings. So, I wonder, what's going to happen now that I've stopped sending money? You're lying to me! There's no way that my family's company is going to fall apart. You're making all of this up. Believe me or not, it doesn't make a difference. But at least they'll be able to rely on your brother for financial help, right? That's right. Dean will be able to take care of them. Except, what was that you mentioned about him losing clients? Was that really true as well? It's just what I've heard through the grapevine. But since we're not married any longer, I guess I can't say for sure. I only know what I know from the wife of one of his clients. But she would know better than that about anyone else you could hear from. I don't understand. How could this be happening? I thought my brother said his business was back on track. He's just about to marry my friend and you're telling me he's on the verge of bankruptcy again? You better have a little family meeting and see if you all can't figure out what to do. I know that you still have a year left before you can graduate, but who is going to afford your tuition now? You might need to think about finding a job to support your family, Rita. No way. I'm not going to find a job. I was going to take a year off. It's not fair. How could this be happening to me? You were going to take a year off from your studies? That's right. I've been studying for a while now, and I want a little break. So, I'm not going to do anything but relax and travel for a year so that I can come back to school refreshed. I'm not sure if you'll be able to do all of that now. But it's not fair. It's what I want, and I always get what I want. Well, good luck with that. It wasn't long after that Carrie's parents both had to declare bankruptcy. In the aftermath, it turned out that part of their severe debt was coming from the amount of money that Carrie was using for herself to support her lavish lifestyle. And as more and more clients decided to stop working with Dean, things weren't looking good for him either. The money for Carrie's tuition quickly dried up, and she realized that she would have no choice but to at least start working part-time. She complained the whole time about how working was beneath her and how she was an heiress, but her pride was clearly hurt, and before long, she stopped showing to class at all.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow.
Hey, Katie! What do you think you're doing wearing another woman's wedding dress like that? Get out of my room right now! What? What the heck are you all upset about? Stop playing dumb with me right now. I've already seen what you just posted online about you in that dress. Oh, Jesus. So you really do follow all of my accounts online then, huh? That's because you came to me the other day bragging about how you made it to 10K followers on there. I wanted to know what you were posting on there that got you so many followers, and that's where I found you wearing my wedding dress. It's too late now for you to try deleting all those photos. I would never delete my most popular posts. Some of them have close to 3,000 likes on them. I knew that posting some pictures of me as a bride online would get me a lot more likes. What do you think you're doing wearing my wedding dress like that without my permission, though? That dress is not cheap, and yet you're wearing it all the time. Are you mental? Listen, I started wearing it because it looks really good on me. And I just knew that by posting pictures of me in that dress online, I'd get loads of likes from all my followers. So you're taking my dress and wearing it just for the likes? Well, considering I'm an Instagram influencer, I think getting the most likes I can on my posts is a part of my job. All of my followers want to see my luscious body and only the cutest clothing, like your wedding dress. That's why I've been borrowing it for that purpose. And when it comes to the dress, I'm sure it's happier to have a beauty like me wearing it instead of being worn by such an ugly duckling like yourself. So don't get so worked up over it, please. Did you just call me an ugly duckling? Who else would I be calling that besides you, Rebecca? Compared to such a sexy woman like me, you look more like a man than a woman. In other words, there is no better way to describe you besides ugly duckling. Huh? I really do feel so sympathetic towards you, Rebecca. You've had to grow up with someone as gorgeous as me all your life. And because of my face being as wonderful as it is, you look even more ugly than if you just had a simple younger sister. But hey, because of your ugliness, you make me look even better. You're calling me a tool then now? Katie, you cut that attitude out right now. I get that in the past you would make fun of me a lot, but what you've been doing now just to get more likes and more followers is really starting to piss me off. If it's so hard for you to live with the truth, why not try making yourself as cute as me? I'm sure if you put around $50,000 into plastic surgery, you could start to look like a better put-together woman. Excuse me? Oh, that's right. I just remembered something really good. I think it would be great if I went ahead and had a wedding as well. I mean, nobody wants to see someone as ugly as you in a wedding dress, right? Screw you, Katie. What makes you think you need to be taking over my special day to have a wedding? If you want to get married, find yourself a man and make your own date for it. Well, if you let me have your wedding, then it wouldn't have to go to waste, right? You can try starting the plastic surgery now, but I don't think you'll be healed in time for the wedding. And when it comes to your fiancé, I'm sure he'd rather have his wedding with someone good-looking and fun, right? Also, I just really want to try having a wedding here soon. I bet if I started to post all kinds of photos from a wedding that I'm in, I'd get close to 10,000 likes on them. Huh? All you want to do is use the wedding so that you can get likes then? Do you have any idea what a wedding is actually about? I was just joking a little there. You don't have to get that butthurt over it. You ugly ducklings really can't take jokes now, can you? You can't call something that's not funny a joke. Anyway, I just want to make sure that you never go into my bedroom again. You're not even getting married soon, so stay out of my wedding dress. Coulson, where are you at right now?
What's going on with you? I'm in my room right now, so why are you acting all worked up?
Why are you lying to me right now? I am in front of your room right now.
What?
You're not answering the doorbell, and when I tried to use the duplicate key on the door, it didn't work. And just a second ago, the landlord came out and told me the man in this room moved away already. What the hell is going on here, Coulson? Where did you run off to?
Why on a day like today would you be going to my place? I went through all the trouble of hiding this from you by moving out of there.
I had something going on close by to here, so I just thought it would be a good idea to stop by and say hi before I went home. That's when I learned you moved out, Coulson. What the hell? Explain what you're doing to me right now.
Asking me to explain myself now?
Our wedding is tomorrow, Coulson. So why would you be moving away and into a new place the day before our wedding?
Shut up! Your fiancé moved away the day before the wedding, all right? Think about that for a second, please. I don't want to get married to you anymore. That's why I ran away while I still had time.
What did you say?
I can't get married to you anymore, and that's because I found someone else that I really want to marry now. That is why tomorrow's wedding is canceled. Starting today, I'll be living with Katie over at her place.
Huh? You hold on for 1 second. Katie? Do you mean my little sister, Katie?
Oh, that's the one. I now want to get married to your little sister, Katie. But I'm sure that both you and your parents would be against such a marriage as this. That's why I moved away with her in secret. Her and I want to marry our true love, and that's why we ran off with one another in the night.
So you both ran off then? No way. You're lying, right? And you've run away with my little sister? Your fiancé's little sister.
I'm real sorry, Rebecca, but I'm kind of over being with you. She has my heart in her hands now, and there was nothing I could do about this. Which means there's no more love left in me for you. Figure out some way to forget about me now, please.
I can't believe this, Coulson. Screw you. How the hell am I going to forget about something as insane as my fiancé leaving me the day before our wedding? Please don't do something as stupid as that and come back to me.
All that would happen if I went back to you is you getting a settlement from me. Who would want to go back to you knowing something like that will happen?
You're a dick. Not even having the balls to take responsibility for your actions now?
I even went ahead and quit my job in order to be able to run away with the girl I love now. I have to hang on to my savings now and not let them fall into your hands because I have a woman to marry and not enough money for anyone else. Now you have a good one, Rebecca. As for the cancellation of tomorrow's wedding and the explanation to everyone, you handle all of it, please.
You frickin' asshole! You've really done it this time, laying your hands on my man. I never thought you were this bad of a sister until today. Don't call me a bad little sister. All I did was the thing I told you before that I'd be doing. Why are you blaming me for something you never prepared for? Huh? When did you ever say you'd be stealing my fiancé away from me and running away? A little while back I told you something like that. Back when I was just trying to have some fun putting on your dresses for likes. You told me that I'm not even getting married, so I shouldn't be wearing your dress. And as a response to that, I told you that your fiancé would be happier with someone as sexy as me in that dress. In other words, what I was saying is that in order to become a bride, I had to wait for him to come to me. Excuse me? Back when I was posting all those pictures of me in a wedding dress, everyone was commenting on them and making me feel oh so good. And that last photo I posted got over 5,000 likes. I also ended up with another 2,000 followers because of it. That's when I realized I had to do whatever it took to get into your wedding dress one more time. Don't tell me that's actually your reason for laying your hands on Coulson. That is the reason, though. As long as I became a bride, I could start wearing a wedding dress, right? So I made my move. I knew that the quicker I got Coulson, the quicker I'd be able to get back in that dress. You're lying. You went along with such a stupid reason as that in order to justify stealing my fiancé? And when it comes to Coulson, both his face is really good looking, and he is a really kind man. Also, considering he came from a really famous university, he'll be able to find himself a well-paying job anywhere. By the way, running away with another woman's man like this is like something out of a cool drama, right? When I tell this story online, I bet you all of my followers will love the content even more and like everything I post on there. You're trying to be the main character from a drama, then? I'm over being angry with you now, and I'm just gonna give up. Make sure to give up on being as ugly as you are as well, please. You losing your fiancé like that the day before your wedding was your fault in the first place. If you weren't as ugly as you are, then this would have never had to happen to you. Huh? And no matter how much of an ugly duckling you were engaged, right? But now, you're to blame for the fact that you could never make yourself look any better for your man and let him go due to the fake love that you had. So you having to lose your man to someone as sexy and cute as me was bound to happen at some point. I kind of feel sorry for you. You were trying so hard to get married, even though you have looked like crap forever. And now all of that work has gone to waste because you could never bother with becoming a proper woman. I don't want to hear any of that from you anymore. You are not getting away with your selfish crap this time. I'm sorry, but I think I will be getting away with my crap again. Sorry for being so damn good looking, Rebecca. Now, I have a brand new marriage with Coulson to look forward to. And as for that wedding you'd been looking forward to tomorrow, it's canceled now. Go ahead and get started on all the work that canceling a wedding requires as you cry yourself to sleep. The wedding's been canceled for a while now. What? But man, I never thought the both of you would try so hard to run away from here. Both you and Coulson have been doing a lot of unexpected things this time around. Wait a sec. What are you talking about? You're supposed to be having a wedding tomorrow, right? And you couldn't have canceled it yet because you never even knew that Coulson moved away on you. You're supposed to cancel that wedding starting now, so what are you talking about? Sorry to say this, but I went and canceled the wedding a month ago. I did so while keeping Coulson completely in the dark about all of it. Huh? Why would you go and do something like that? You never once noticed anything going on between Coulson and I, right? Yes, I didn't ever notice that you and him had something going on behind my back. But that doesn't mean I never knew about all the other women Coulson has been going out with behind my back. What? Coulson's been with other women behind your back? Actually, while Coulson's been engaged to me, he's gone out with multiple other women, thinking that I never knew a thing about all of it. He's a real cheating prick. That's why when I finally realized he wasn't going to let up, I went and canceled our wedding and got all the money I put down on it back. What? I probably should have told him all about that right after canceling, though, right? Then we could have actually had the time to talk about what happened there, and I wouldn't be left behind like I am now. Perhaps I still had some hope that he'd change and only put his focus on me. I sort of still believed that there would never be anyone on this planet who could hang on to those lies as much as he did with me. But he just never did open up to me any, and that's why we're here now, Katie. Wait a second. He's been cheating on you with other women? What do you mean? Has he really been cheating on you with as many women as you make it seem? From the ones I've been aware of during our time being engaged to one another, he's been with 3 separate women behind my back. And if that wasn't bad enough, 2 of those women are already married. I've already gone and told their husbands about what happened, and they are both going to have to pay some major settlements now. What did you say? But so far, neither one of those women have paid their husbands a dime and are trying to run and hide. So both of those men came to me asking for my help in finding them, so that they could be paid the settlements that they both deserve. What? So those men have been talking with you about it? When they started to want my help, that's when I really started to think about all the crap that Coulson's been doing to everyone. I always knew he was up to some pretty bad things, but I never wanted to really think about how much worse the guy could get. But before I could feel as though that was it, and I'd never have to think about Coulson cheating on me again, or about the families he'd ruined, those men called me asking for help. They told me all about how they needed me to hand them Coulson to see if he knew anything about the whereabouts of their wives. But before I could even approach him, he dodged the questions I had and told me to leave his private business alone, just like the pile of crap bastard he really is. What? That's why on that day I canceled the plans for our wedding. That happened just days before I planned to send out all the invitations, so that was a major plus for me. And I never did have to end up explaining why the wedding was canceled to everyone else. As for Mom and Dad and his parents, I plan to tell them the reason for why we will no longer be getting married soon enough. And as for tomorrow, I'll ask them all to come and have a word with me in person. I planned to have Coulson there as well for the talks, but just before I could snatch him, he ran. And he ran away with my younger sister, of all people. No way. I never knew something like this would be happening, and Coulson never told me a thing. Also, Rebecca, didn't you still do all of that work on your wedding after you said you canceled it? You even had the wedding dress all ready for the wedding still. I only learned about him cheating on me with so many women after I went and ordered the dress. And since I bought the dress fitted to me and everything, there was no way for me to return it and get a refund. That's why, instead of handing it off to my wedding planner to hold on to, I kept it in my room. I was thinking after all of this was over, I'd sell the dress online or something to make some cash back. However, you went and started wearing it all the time without asking me. So, that's how things were playing out? If you really want that cheating bastard so badly, then please go ahead and have him. But before you marry, I'm making sure you both take responsibility for what you've done. I will make sure that both of those men that had their wives cheat on them with Coulson and myself get the money that we deserve for being hurt. I don't need a man like Coulson anymore. I never thought that he'd be cheating on you with anyone else besides me. Not only are things all messy now, but he hasn't even paid off any of the settlements he has yet. I'm going to leave that man right now and come back home. You can leave him all you want now, but you're still going to have to pay me a settlement after this. What? Why would you still do that? You don't have to come home, by the way, because we're on our way out to see you both now. I never thought that GPS tracking app I had Coulson download a while ago would come in handy for something like this. GPS tracking app? You had him download an app like that? In order to get as much money from him and a settlement as possible, I needed to make sure I had a lot of evidence regarding his whereabouts. Of course, I had stuff from both of those men whose wives Coulson was with, but I would need a lot more evidence for the other girls he had been with besides you and those married women. Oh look, you both are still in the next town over. At McDonald's eating? Well, thankfully that's not too far away, so we'll be there for you both in no time. You can really see where the both of us are? Now allow me to explain the rest of what's happened to both Mom and Dad and Coulson's parents. And then, by the time we arrive to grab you both, they will be aware of all the terrible things the both of you have done. And remember, there's no point in running from us anymore. You'll just be wasting more of your energy.
Are you freaking serious? You're a coward! You put that GPS app on my phone so that you could actually track my every movement? You're a scheming bitch for that!
I'm not listening to that from someone who ran away from me the day before our wedding with my little sister. Especially when you haven't even taken any responsibility for your past crimes yet. Did you think acting like a child at your age by running from us would work?
Where the hell do you plan to take me to? I was trying to get out of that parking lot with all my speed, yet both of my parents rolled in and grabbed me. They didn't even ask me what happened, instead picking me up and throwing me into the back of their car while taking my wallet off me. Neither of them are telling me anything right now, so tell me where you guys plan on taking me.
To somewhere we can have some really good conversations with one another about what's all gone down. I originally planned to have all the discussions tomorrow with everyone involved, but you and my sister jumped the gun and started to run away, so we had to move out quick and choose another location for the talks. I made sure to call on everyone who's been involved in your BS to come out and see us.
Everyone involved?
Both of our parents, of course, but also both of the men whose wives you were with and that other chick's parents as well. This time, you're not going to get away from any of us. We won't allow it. This is the day that you finally pay everyone for the crimes you've committed, along with my sister.
No way! You have to be lying, right?
Don't worry, Coulson. It's not only going to be you who rots in hell after today. Katie's in the same boat as you are right now, so you both can fall into hell together.
What?
I made sure to invite all of the people she's been involved with as well today. Sounds like her ex-boyfriend has been asking for her to pay him back for a long time now, so he'll be there. And let's not forget about her other ex, who she stole some money from to cheat on him with. They'll be there, ready to see her.
Both of Katie's ex-boyfriends?
Due to the fact that she's a really good-looking girl, she's had a lot of men that she's decided she can do anything she wants with. And plenty of them ended up being tossed aside by her for the next best man, and some of them she was only dating for a day or two. And, well, one of those exes of hers happened to be her old fiancé before she ran away from him. I got a call from him asking for her to give him his money back over and over again.
No freaking way!
That is why today I invited the both of the men she owes something to the discussion. I told them that today we'd be having a settlement party, and told them they were more than welcome to join us since she owes them both something as well. And then those two said they wanted to come because she still owes them money, and another 3 will be there just to watch the drama unfold.
5 of her ex-boyfriends? I never thought that she had been with so many other men before me!
You don't get to say that when you told me you'd never been cheating on me before. Now prepare yourself to arrive at the meeting grounds where everyone has been patiently waiting for you. Make sure to get together all the apologies you have to say before we're there. I can't do this, Rebecca. I don't have any kind of money that will allow me to pay off all these settlements right now. After adding up all of the settlements, I'm going to have to pay around $80,000. There's no way I'll ever be able to pay this all off. You can't be crying over something as small as that. Right now, Coulson's having to pay around 3 times that amount to all of the people he's hurt and pissed off. You both can marry on the basis that you guys have a lot of debt and will work together to pay it all off. Good luck. Huh? Now that all of this has happened to him and I, you really think that we're still going to end up getting married? No way that's going to happen now. What? You don't plan on getting married still? Well, you both have lost all of your family now, so there's nobody else you two can rely on but each other. Shouldn't you both be happy to still have one another after all the trouble you've caused? I don't want to have such a sad wedding where we've had to bond over our debt. No, thank you. Now that things have become this bad for me, I'm going to have to use my reputation online to help me out. I'm an influencer with over 10,000 people following me on Instagram now, so I'll have all of them help me out this time. All I have to do is make a video of me crying for their help, and there will be at least 1,000 of them coming my way. Huh? Are you really planning on using your followers to help you pay off those settlements you got for being a terrible person? You have no clue what I can do. When it comes to us influencers, we have a lot of power in the minds of those we influence. I'll post about how my toxic sister tried to ruin my life by having some of my exes and herself get settlements from me. And then I'll let them know to send money to my bank account in order to save me from you all. Something as simple as that post and perhaps a video of me crying will get me loads of money that I'll be able to use to get out of this mess you caused for me. What about this post you just made? The comments section is on fire right now and things are not looking good for you. What? Damn, there are already 300 comments on your post after just 1 minute. And what most of them say are things you wouldn't want to see yourself. All really, really negative things. What is this all about? What is going on with all of my followers? I've never ever had any comments like this on any of my posts before. What happened to all of my followers that would praise me for the beauty that I am and would fight off all these bad people? Well, as far as I can see, they're nowhere to be found. And rightfully so, considering you posted a timeline of you saying that you just stole your sister's fiancé and that you just ran away with him. Of course all of those followers you had before that just followed you for your sexy pics are now in shock over this. No way. This was never supposed to happen to me. I was supposed to get help from all of them telling me I'm in the right and that I'll be okay. And this was supposed to increase the amount of sponsors I got. Rebecca, what should I be doing about all of this? I don't give a damn, you screw up. This is what both of you and that Coulson deserve after all the crap you pulled. You both tried to make it as far as you could, doing everything and anything you wanted, so don't start crying now that you've been caught. But that's... All you guys can do now is take full responsibility for all that bullcrap you guys did. If you start going online and talking about how you're sorry for what you've done and that you'll pay off all those settlements, then I think your followers will stop making all those terrifying yet funny comments. If you'd like to continue being an influencer online, then you need to learn how to not look like total dog crap in the eyes of everyone. Even after I stopped talking with Katie, the comments section on a lot of her posts were raging with angry commenters telling her that she's garbage and that she needs to take her life and all that. Eventually, it all became too much for her to handle, and none of the replies she made to those comments helped, so she went and deleted all of her accounts on everything and shut off her phone. After that, as a way of trying to get some money in order to pay off the settlements she had, she went to all of her influencer friends looking for money, but not a single one of them was willing to help someone on her level. In the end, Katie went and got married to Coulson, who, when compared to her, was in a far worse place dealing with all the same problems. They both would end up working for the same store together in order to make as much money as they could so that they could pay off all the debt they were in. As a way of making sure they wouldn't be able to run away anymore, though, both my parents and Coulson's parents called the store manager and told them those two's situation and said that half of what they earned had to go towards those settlements, or else they would need to tell the courthouse about them. And until they've paid every single settlement off, they would have to deal with only making half as much as the rest of the employees there. I really just hope they can last until they've paid everything off so that they can no longer cause trouble for anyone else.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Mom, why on earth would you do that to our family picture? Why did you crop me off from the frame? Excuse me? I just got a text from Grandpa right now about the family picture that we all took together during our trip to Hawaii for Grandma and Grandpa's 50th anniversary. He let me know how someone edited it so it looked like I wasn't even there. And apparently it wasn't just one picture, but most of them. Oh my. Silly Grandpa, he didn't have to let you know about that. He said he noticed right away since the center was so off. You made the photographers do this, didn't you? You're the one who spoke with them and chose the pictures for the photo album. Why on earth would you do that? Of course, to make the best album I could with the pictures that I had. Do I even have to talk about how the whole thing would be ruined if you were in it? What? This photo album is for your grandparents' 50th anniversary. Why would I let a mistake like you ruin the whole thing? I just thought it would be better for everyone if you weren't in it. So I told the cameraman in advance to make sure that you were included as little as possible in the photos. Why would you do that? How many times do I have to tell you? Because you're a disappointment, honey. Is this about me being a high school graduate again? Who cares? I paid for most of the expenses of the trip itself. If anything, I should be appreciated more than everyone else. I haven't paid for the cost of putting this album together. You paid for everything, so what? Do you think that that gives you the authority to talk back to me? What do you mean? You shouldn't get so full of yourself just because you paid for one small trip. Do you know how much money went to waste for your academic fees? The cost of this trip wouldn't even pay for a fraction of what we paid to raise you into an elite human being. We let you attend a private school from preschool to high school, for God's sake. But what do you do in return? You get rejected from all the best colleges and end up becoming a failure. Do you think I got rejected from all those schools on purpose? I had a fever on the day of the national test. I tried my best and still fainted during it. What else was I supposed to do? We're 2 adults now and you have no business in bringing that up again. Shut up! You don't deserve to be talking to me like that right now after betraying us like that. And you sure as hell don't deserve to be a part of the family album, so stop complaining. I'm so glad your little brother came out different than you. Valedictorian from Harvard University. It's like a dream come true to have a son like him. I made sure that Kevin had twice the amount of pictures taken than everyone else so he could fill in space that you left blank. How could you say that to your own daughter? If anything, you're the reason I ended up getting a fever on the day of the exam. You dragged me out with you on the day before when I begged you to let me stay at home because I didn't want to risk getting sick. But you forced me to go to church in that blizzard. Are you being serious right now? You're blaming your failure on your own mother? I really can't believe this. You're pathetic. Whatever. Talking to you is a complete waste of time anyways. I'll make up some excuse to Grandpa and Grandma so that they'll stop questioning. But don't try to pull a stunt like this anymore. I don't care no matter how much you hate me. But you're causing trouble for people who have absolutely nothing to do with this.
Laura, do you have a minute? I just wanted to apologize for making you pay for the whole trip that we went on a while ago. I had no idea until Mom told me a minute ago. I'll pay a portion of it. So can you let me know about the specific costs?
It's fine, Kevin. Don't worry about it. Besides, I don't have the time or energy to deal with Mom again if she finds out that I made you pay.
But you just paid for the dinner that we went to on Mom and Dad's anniversary the other day. I know that it cost you at least $1,000 for the 4 of us.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot that happened. I've been treated like an ATM machine by Mom for the last few years, so I've gotten used to all of this.
But $1,000? How do you forget about that? Whatever. Just let me pitch in at least half of what you paid. I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that you're paying for all of that on your own.
Are you sure? Half of what I paid is about $5,000. It might be a little much for you.
5,000? It cost you $10,000 to plan that trip?
Mom told me to make it as flashy as possible, so that's what I did. I even rented a limousine for Grandma and Grandpa, remember? The hotel that we stayed at was a 5-star hotel. And of course all the meals were super gourmet. I'd say it's pretty obvious that the cost of 6 people for a trip like that would cost that much.
I really was intending to stick to my word. Don't get me wrong. But could you please let me wait until the next opportunity to pay for half of the check?
Of course. Look, you don't even have to pay anything. It already means a lot that you at least want to help in some way.
No way. I have to pay at least something. I can't just make my sister take all of this on her own. But I just got an engagement ring for my fiancé, and I don't have much money at the moment. That's all.
An engagement ring? You proposed to Kelly?
Surprise! She said yes, so we're officially getting engaged this year.
Really?
Yeah, I was hoping to tell everyone on the trip, but I got a little too drunk and missed the opportunity.
Oh yeah, I saw Mom telling you to eat and drink more the whole time we were there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm paying you no matter what. I'll give you half of whatever event that comes next no matter what, and I'll make sure you won't have to handle it all on your own. I'm tired of seeing Mom treat you wrong and forcing you to pay for everything.
Thanks, Kevin. But if that's the case, then I want to pay for everything. I'm sure you two are going to have a lot to pay for after the wedding and the ring and all of that. You and I both know that you don't have the capability to be paying for an expensive family trip right now.
But if you keep accepting payments like this, you're not going to be able to keep up at some point. And Mom won't change her horrible attitude towards you no matter what Dad and I say. The least I can do is help you out a little in secret.
I have a good idea. If you want to help me out so badly, then we can go out for lunch next month. You can pay for that. Oh, make sure to bring Kelly with you too.
Of course, we can do that. Kelly was wanting to see you for a while now too, so it'll be a great opportunity for us to bond. I won't hesitate to use everything I have left to pay for this lunch.
We can just go to Olive Garden or something. Anyways, ask Kelly about her schedule and send me a date whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Laura, have you heard the news? Kevin's finally getting married to Kelly. They just came over to our house yesterday to announce it. You seem really excited, Mom. Of course I'm excited. I've been dreaming of this day for so long. Kelly is also a Harvard graduate with elite genetics. She works for NASA. How could I not be excited to have such an amazing person in our family? My son works for a megatech company and my daughter works for NASA. I can't believe this. It's all a dream come true. Wow, I'm sure that'll be all over national television. Whatever, don't be so jealous. And don't even think about getting in the way of any of this in any way. Do you understand? You're going to stay at your house for the whole day on the wedding day. I swear on God if I see you there. What? This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Why would a high school graduate like you be allowed to attend the wedding of such amazing people? You're the embarrassment of our family. You need to know your place. Mom, I think you're going too far with this whole elite thing. Do you think someone's educational background is more important than the fact that they're family? Of course I do. I'm only saying these things because it benefits you too. What? You're going to feel like the odd one out if you go to a wedding with a high school certificate. I'm sure all of Kelly's relatives and her family are also elite, so you'll have too much trouble keeping up with their conversations since they're too smart for you. That's just nonsense. Say what you want to say, just know that you'll be a burden to everyone, so you shouldn't bother coming. Just imagine making all of our guests breathe the same air as an idiot like you.
Well, you don't have to worry about my wedding, because it's already done.
What?
Yeah, it just ended. Just now. It was a massive success. So there's nothing for you to worry about, Mom. I'll be sure to send the photo album to your address later, so you can see it there.
What? What do you mean by your wedding? Who's on the other side of the screen right now? And what do you mean the wedding already ended?
Kevin, of course. And I meant exactly what I said. The wedding just ended a minute ago.
What? What do you mean the wedding already ended a minute ago? The two of you barely announced that you were getting married yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was all part of the plan to make sure that you don't come today. But then again, I thought it would be harsh to not even tell you that we were getting married. So we decided that we would have the wedding on the day after telling you. So there's no way you'd come.
Why would you do that? I'm your mother. Who doesn't invite their parents to their wedding? I gave birth to you. I deserve to go.
All I cared about was to have an amazing wedding, where everyone had a great time. So I did invite you, a dumb high school graduate.
What?
What do you mean by what? You should know. I'm just repeating the lines you were saying to Laura earlier. High school graduates aren't allowed to come to my wedding, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I went to college.
Yeah, but you didn't graduate, did you? Grandpa told me on the trip.
What?
Yeah, you got pregnant with Laura while you were still in college, right? And that's why you left before graduating and got married. That makes you the same as Laura, a high school graduate. The audacity that you have to make fun of her for that is just insane.
That's way different than not getting in at all. I got accepted into a college, which means I have what it takes to be an elite. It's different from Laura's case being denied by every college that she applied to.
Look at yourself, making all of these excuses. Through the eyes of us elites, you two are no different. But I guess you really want to think that you're better than your own daughter. Why would a son want to bring a mother like that to his wedding?
How could you say that to me?
The reason you're so obsessed with education is that you're insecure about yourself being a high school graduate, isn't it? Don't get me wrong, I do appreciate you for spending all the money and effort that you did to help me to get this far in my life. But neither I nor Laura ever asked you to do that for us. You just forced your values onto us, and you dehumanized your own daughter like it was her fault. I wouldn't want someone who put us through that to be there on the happiest day of my life.
Honey.
That's why I, myself, made the decision not to invite you today. Kelly knows all about this whole thing, so do Dad, Laura, and our grandparents. Every single one of them told me that it was up to me because it was my wedding.
How could you do all of this to me? I was more excited for this wedding than anyone else. You disregard everything I've done for you because I'm a high school graduate?
Right back at you, Mom. Every single day, I saw you harass your own daughter because of her educational background. What gives you the right to complain about it when it's done to you?
This clearly isn't just about an educational background. Otherwise, why would Laura be there? If I don't get to go, neither should she.
Laura's a special case. As a representative of the elite community, we thoroughly examined her and took into account that she owns her own company. Oh, and also the fact that she's actually a respectable, kind, and sensible person.
Wait, what do you mean by owns her own company?
I figured you knew nothing about this. The same daughter who you ridiculed for not having graduated a college has her own business. Regardless of the fact that she didn't go to college, she's the employer of several employees who have. And she's making an insane amount of money doing it as well.
What?
Your daughter is doing amazing things in this world, despite the odds. And here you are, thinking that the college that a person graduates from is their only meaningful characteristic. Even though you two are both high school graduates, your emotional depths are so different. I concluded that Laura was indeed a moral and social elite, so I allowed her to come to the wedding.
You're lying. How would a letdown like her ever be able to run her own company? There's no way she's capable of doing that.
Say what you want, but that's the reality. Well then, see you, Mom. Enjoy the album. I'm sure you'll get it by next week.
Explain this whole thing right now. Do you really own your own company? Yes, and I've never hidden it from you. In fact, I explained this to you several times before. But judging from your reaction, I guess you were never listening. What? How do you think I afforded the $10,000 trip that we went on the other day? And the restaurant that we went to on your anniversary with Dad? I wouldn't be able to afford things like that if I was just a normal office worker. But you're supposed to be the disappointment of the family. How much money are you making? Not that I expect much from you, probably just some small company selling random things. You're on the verge of going out of business, aren't you? I mean, you're right about it being a small company, but we're doing pretty well. We pay at least $40,000 annually to each employee. I made about $150,000 last year, and I'm on course to make $200,000 this year. What? How are you making more than Kevin? I mean, I own my own company, so... But I'm quitting by next year. I'm going to start going to college. What? It's not Harvard, but it's the school that I wanted to go to. I studied while running the company and got lucky. Company is finally running steadily, so I'm going to take a break from that and become a student. Which means I've actually been accepted by a university as well, so we're officially on the same level now. I guess you can't harass me anymore. And I'll be above. Wait, but that would mean that I'm the only high school graduate in the whole family. This is unacceptable. Withdraw the application right now. What? You're not fit to be above me like that. How dare you try to make a fool out of me? You're the disappointment of the family. Are you hearing yourself? I'm your daughter. You know what? I think it's a good time to say goodbye. Let's go separate ways. What? Don't ever show yourself to me again, and I won't either. And don't ever come begging me to help you after retirement. Wait! Why would you say that to your own mother? You just wanted someone below you to make fun of. Just so you didn't feel as insecure about yourself, right? Well, I'm not a stress ball. I mean, what kind of mother makes fun of her own child for not getting into college and yells at her to withdraw from admissions when they finally make it? You're not my mother anymore. Yes, I am. And your job as a child is to support her parents after they retire. You can take care of us, and Kevin can fly high onto bigger and better things. Even your life plan is BS. Whatever. Goodbye, Mom. Never talk to me again, got it? Wait! Look, I was wrong for telling you to withdraw admissions. That was too far, and I apologize. So could you please ask some professor to help get me in with you? Idiot. Well then, see you never. I'll be sure to study for both of us in my dream school. I heard the mom was called out by my grandparents and was asked carefully about whether she really did the things I accused her of, which she did. As a result, her own parents were deeply shocked about the harassment she made me face throughout my lifetime. My mom ended up getting disowned by her own parents. After hearing that, I heard that she rushed to call Kevin and begged for reassurance that he cared still. But the elite couple of the century told her that they were way too busy doing elite things to care for a high school graduate like her.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.